Welcome back to a special episode of EpicAirsoftHD. We've actually put all our other reviews on hold just to do this gun specifically. This is a Chinese clone of the VFC made Browning automatic rifle. It's something to behold. You'll recognise this gun from World War II. It was the US support weapon. Absolutely stunning piece of kit. Like you see this in movies like Saving Private Ryan, and of course the very famous Band of Brothers series, one of my favourites. I absolutely love the series, but this is just absolutely magnificent replica of that gun. Let's just see what it can do in fully automatic before we actually go into the review. Alright, to demonstrate its full auto capability, we're going to do a reenactment of what actually killed Hitler. And okay, let's do it, full auto. So that's exactly how it happened in real life. Alright, now that I've got that out of my system, let's look at some of the features of this specific gun. First of all, it is very heavy. A lot of you guys will be wondering what parts are metal. All of this is steel construction. It's absolutely fantastically made. The barrel itself is turned. I don't know if you can hear that in my mic, but that is the sound of the steel turning. That is very reminiscent of the actual real gun. It's absolutely got the detail down to a T, especially for a clone itself. The whole body here, everything you see on that is black is actually metal. Now, the woodwork on here is faux. It's actually plastic, but I've seen much worse real wood than this. I know you guys see like China AKs and they have this horrible orange glow about them. This actually looks really good, and of course it helps with the weight as well. This thing is already heavy. You guys will be wondering, will there be wood kits available? Yes, is the answer. The guys over at Airsoft World who are stocking this gun, they only got 3 in as a kind of teaser. These are all sold. We have to say a thanks to a fellow called Chris Watts, who basically delayed getting his own gun, which is this one, the very one we're reviewing just now, just so that we could get it for a review to show you guys. Airsoft World are doing pre-orders of these, £300. That is not a lot of money for something. The VFC version costs upwards of £1,000. You're talking like $1,200 for something like this by VFC. I know what I would put my money on, to be honest with you. £300 is a much more attractive price. But the wood kit should be coming around about £150. So if you want to go for the full real steel look, then that's obviously a good way to go. Like I said, steel barrel construction. The bipod is almost like it come off the real thing. It's very, very well made. One of the sturdiest things I've seen. You could probably kill someone with this if you hit them hard enough. Flash hider, let's say flash hider, it's not really even a flash hider. I don't think that's going to hide any flash, but yep, even that steel. The carry handle is usable. It's actually very, very sturdy, holds on there well. It's going to mark the barrel a bit there, so I'll put this down, and hopefully Chris Watts will forgive me for putting a little bit of scratch marks on there. The rear sight post is adjustable for when there's an elevation, just like the real thing, and of course the front sight post can be moved, but it's a nice ghost sight out there. I mean, it looks great. I'm really excited about this gun. World War II is just about my favourite subject. Absolutely fantastic. Magazine is 180 rounds, high capacity type, and the mag release is actually here. This is not one of Browning's greatest creations. It's horribly unergonomic, but I'll forgive him for that just because of this gun's heritage. I would love one of these. The bolt is actually functional. It goes back here, and you can actually see the gearbox here, and you've got your AK style hop unit up on the top there. So again, very familiar. There's no kind of parts in there that you wouldn't be unfamiliar with. So you guys that are gun techs can obviously get in there and upgrade them fairly easily. Right, I'll just fold this sight down just now, just so you can see that it goes away. Again, the steel body, absolutely great construction. I'm going to move this around so you can see the fire selector. Just like the real thing, you have safe, you have your semi-automatic, and of course the almighty fully automatic. This was originally designed as a trench gun, so you would come up to your Nazi's trench, just drop in the mud, and just let rip from the hip and just totally blow them to pieces. And that is exactly what it was made for. So I don't know about airsoft, but I guess let's get out in the range and see how it compares against the other guns that we've tested before. Alright, as always, we've got our bar here sitting in our Abwood vise. However, this is a mightily big gun and the bipod also gets in our way with the shooting test. However, it's heavy enough and steady enough that it's actually sitting very steady, so we don't need to worry about it wobbling about and throwing off the accuracy. Of course, we're testing the gun's accuracy, as all of our tests, and not my accuracy. So that's why we're using the vise setup. We're using 0.3 gram BBs for this gun. This one, I believe, has been downgraded from its original 400 FPS down to a site legal FPS for the UK, just sub 350. So we're going to go ahead and shoot this target here in full automatic just to get an idea what grouping we're getting on it. So Chris Watts, if you're watching this, I've zeroed your iron sights and it's bang on, so let's see what we can do to the target. I'll get some shooting glasses on first, this would be a good idea. Alright, we're on auto. Alright, great, that sounded really good. We've opted for a 7.4 volt LiPo for this part of the shooting test. Of course, we killed Hitler with a 9.6 volt NIM battery and that did the damage. So you can hear the difference in the rate of fire. That's a much more realistic rate of fire. I quite like that about that bar. So let's have a look at the target and see how accurate the gun was. Okay, so we've just done the shooting test, but before I reveal the target, guys, if you want to rewind the video straight back to the beginning, you can click on this annotation here. If you want to take yourself back to the shooting test so you can have a look at the accuracy again in a close-up, you can click on this annotation here. And if you want to see me shoot Hitler's moustache off again, you can click on that bottom one and it'll rewind straight back to there. All right, let's reveal the target. Lots of BBs rattling about in there. Actually, it did really well. Remember, this is a support gun, so we want a nice kind of even spread on there. We want to be able to get the enemy's heads down, but that is really good performance for a gun that's £300 compared to the original that's £1,000. Check out Airsoft World and the links in the description below. There is a pre-order link in there too, so if you fancy having one of these, pre-order it now. These are very, very limited numbers. So if you're a World War II reenactor or you're a World War II enthusiast, you want to try and get your hands on one of these as quickly as possible. We'll put a nice close-up of the target as well so you can see how it did. All right, guys, don't forget, every single Sunday we have a new gun up for review. We're going to be doing a nice series on pistols coming up soon, so it'll be about 3 or 4 parts, plenty of pistols for review. WWIIs, EMs, you name it, we'll be doing them for you. As well, we have some previous episodes as well of World War II era guns. We did, in fact, World War I, which was the MP18. It's one of our favourites and actually one of the best performing guns we've had on the show. We also have the G&G Kar98 CO2 version that you can check out. And as well, we had the guy over Ben and E442 Comedy do a parody of our show. It is freaking hilarious. Check him out, he's really cool, nice channel, subscribe to him, and don't forget, subscribe to us so you don't miss more of our content. Check us out on Facebooks and all that good stuff, and we'll see you next Sunday.